New Health's experienced team is ready to meet your health needs this winter. Call 509-935-6004 or visit newhealth.org to learn more about how New Health can support your family's well-being. New Health, bringing healthcare into communities and communities into healthcare since 1978. And by Fired Up Pizza. Fired Up Pizza, located at 206 East Main Avenue in downtown Chewelah, offers craft beverages and brick oven-fired pizza, including a variety of sandwiches, salads, pasta, and homemade soups. Featuring weekly events such as bingo, karaoke, and live music. Fired Up Pizza also has space for your private event and offers both in-house and off-site catering services. Open daily at 11:30 a.m. for lunch and dinner. For more information, visit their Facebook page or contact Fired Up Pizza at 509-936-9121. Fired Up Pizza is a proud supporter of public radio in Stevens County.
Your KCHW morning show made possible by a donation from God-Fearing Brothers Auto Center. God-Fearing Brothers specializes in auto services, including repair, maintenance, and detailing. They also stock a full selection of tires, make glass repairs, offer towing, and have an auto sales lot on the corner of Highway 395 and Main Street at the light. For more information, you can visit the Auto Service Center at 806 East Main in Chewelah. Find them online at godfearingbrothers.com or by phone at 509-935-6414. KCHW-FM thanks God-Fearing Brothers for supporting public radio in Stevens County.
And by Chewelah Flooring.
Chewelah Flooring at 214 East Clay in the 3rd Street Mall offers a wide variety of products including carpet, ceramic and porcelain tile, vinyl and laminate planks, and vinyl sheet flooring. Chewelah Flooring carries products for both commercial businesses and residential homes, including brands like National Flooring, Dell Tile, Mannington, and Mohawk. They also offer blind repair. For more information, you can visit online at ChewelahFlooring.com, call 509-935-8021, or via email at ChewelahFlooring@gmail.com.
This is KCHW 102.7.
Center Stage Productions and KCHW 102.7 proudly present It's a Wonderful Life, a live radio play.
There is a man in trouble down there, a man named George Bailey.
Experience the timeless story of George Bailey in the town of Bedford Falls.
I'm leaving this one-horse town. I'm going to travel.
Adapted by Anthony Palermo from Frank Capra's 1946 classic film.
Clarence Oddbody, Angel, second class. Maybe I can finally earn my wings.
Brought to life in this radio-style production. Adapted by Anthony Palermo from Frank Capra's 1946 classic film.
I was sent from heaven to help you.
Get in the car. Quick, it's your father. He's had a stroke.
Now that Peter Bailey is dead, I move that we dissolve the building and loan.
Showtimes are December 20th at 7 p.m. at the KCHW Theater as we go live on the air. And December 21st at 7 p.m. with a matinee on December 22nd at 2 p.m. at the Chewelah Center for the Arts. Tickets are only $15 and are available at Acres United Drug, Valley Drug Company, or online at our.show/Chewelah/radio 2024. Don't miss this one-of-a-kind, heartwarming holiday event.
Teacher said every time a bell rings, an angel gets their wings.
Mark your calendars, grab your tickets, and join us for It's a Wonderful Life, a live radio play. A holiday tradition you won't want to miss. It's a Wonderful Life, directed by Catherine Patton and proudly sponsored by Colville Toyota and Cindy and Steve Warner. Sharon, give us that deep voice this morning.
Okay. It's starting to go away. Yeah.
Good boy.
Yeah. Good morning. It is your KCHW morning show. It is your Wednesday local morning roundup. It seems like it's been forever since we were on the air. We had some technical issues last week. I had to go up to the top of the mountain to take care of. We are back. We're a little late this morning, but we are here.
Yay!
It's a little sloppy and wet out there. If you haven't noticed, we got a lot of snow yesterday and then a lot of rain this morning and overnight.
Yeah.
It's kind of sloppy out there.
Sigh.
Yeah, the bottom of my jeans are wet because I went out to the car this morning. There was about 6 inches of standing water all the way around my car, so I had to.
Oh wow!
I had to slop around. Luckily, I'm wearing my waterproof boots, but it wasn't warm.
So that's a message for you to complete your garage or open it up or make a carport.
I wish I had a garage.
Or wear your boots. Oh, I have boots for you. Remind me to bring in the boots.
Oh, you have boots for me?
Yes. And you know what I'm wondering? Speaking of water and boots, do I need to be worried about our basement? Do you think our basements are going to get wet earlier than spring this year with all this rain? Question mark.
Your
as our voice goes higher and
Does
higher?
your basement usually get wet?
Not in December. It usually gets wet in like March.
Well, I would check it.
Yeah.
Once in a while.
I would. Do you have a sump pump? You should probably have a sump pump.
We have two.
Oh wow.
Oh.
Yeah.
Wow.
So have they started going off? Mine go off all the time.
You know what? Daniel, my handy husband, fixed them so they're quiet. So when we first moved into the house, it was like this big ka-chunk, right? And you could hear when the sump pump went off. But now they're quiet. So I will have to, that's where our laundry is. So we go down there all the time.
Yeah, our laundry's down there too.
Yeah.
And I've seen a plat map or whatever, and we have a little river, underground river going right under our house.
Oh, wow.
You know, so the sump pump will go off when we're not doing laundry and when the sun is shining and, you know, and it just pumps water out.
I forgot to mention we have Kathleen Turner as our guest host this morning.
Well, we got sidetracked. This was fun.
You were talking about the water. Goodness gracious.
No, sorry.
Okay.
You sound a little like Kathleen Turner. You got that smoky voice. Yeah.
Oh, okay.
Isn't that cool?
Yeah.
I know, right?
Well, I think we want to start and let our readers know the school closures, and we'll tell you again several more times this morning. But the only one closed is Inchelium, as far as we know. The 2-hour lates are Chewelah, Loon Lake, Summit Valley, Hunters Columbia, Wellpennant, Onion Creek, Mary Walker, and Evergreen.
Okay.
And that's a 2-hour delay?
That's a 2-hour delay on all of them. Now,
do you want to read that list again for people who aren't
Sure.
paying attention like me?
Okay, Chewelah, Loon Lake, Summit Valley, Hunters Columbia, Wellpennant, Onion Creek, Mary Walker, and Evergreen, with Inchelium closed. And it said that Inchelium was closed not because of weather. So I know that they've had some boiler problems this winter, that they've closed a couple times because of things. So I'm not sure. I shouldn't have even said that because that just throws out a rumor.
Right.
But one of those schools, I believe it was Valley, said that if you are taking the transfer bus to Deer Park, that Deer Park is on time.
Oh, wow.
I don't know what that means, but, you know, there must be kids who go from there to the school. It's either from there or Mary Walker. But you know who you are. If you take a transfer bus, Deer Park is on time.
That's going to be confusing.
Yeah. Growing up in Alaska, we had very few school closures, like almost never. You get 3 feet of snow, it didn't matter. School is still on time the next morning. You just get out there and get in it. The only time they ever canceled school was when it got warm during the winter. And they would cancel school because then all the snow base layer would turn to solid sheet ice.
Oh.
So especially times like this where we get these Chinook winds come in, the wind would pick up, we'd get some rain, and it would warm up above freezing during the wintertime, and then it just turns, the whole entire area just turned into a skating rink.
Well, don't you suppose that could be what happened with our roads here with the rain we had overnight?
It could be.
You know, it got cold enough to, and then those roads. I know that transportation people from different schools drive routes early in the morning, 4 to 5 in the morning.
Yeah, wow.
And then they check those roads, and if they don't feel they're safe enough, they put delays.
Wow.
Yeah.
Well, speaking of weather, let's take a look tonight and today and the upcoming weather in our 49 degrees north mountain resort weather and mountain condition report. Looks like today we have a high of, get this, 45 degrees today.
Wow.
So
it's like summer.
All that beautiful snow we got last night is probably
foolish
not gonna make
woman.
But then this is where it gets going to get a little scary. Tonight, 29 degrees for our overnight low. We're going to have rain throughout most of the day. Maybe a little bit of sunshine this afternoon, though, so that might clear up a little bit. 45 degrees and sunny. What is that even like? Wow. But yeah, then 29 degrees overnight. So there's likely, if you're going to be traveling, be careful because those roads are most likely going to be slick.
Yeah, ice.
Oh, yeah. It'll melt it, and then, you're right, ice. Yeah, and freeze it.
And then tomorrow, getting a little more back in the normal temperatures, a high of 37 degrees with 33 overnight, cloudy skies. Then on Friday, back up again in the 40s with a high of 43 degrees, 33 degrees for that overnight low. Mostly cloudy skies, maybe a little bit of sun poking out here and there in the afternoon. Then more showers in the overnight and the evening. Then 42 and 36 on Saturday with, again, more rain showers on the way. 79% chance of that. Sunday, the 22nd, 40 and 37 with more showers in the afternoon and the evening. Monday, high of 43, a low of 39. Again, once again, in that mid-40s with more rain on the way. Tuesday, which is Christmas Eve.
Yeah.
More rain, maybe some light rain. 43 for the high, 34 overnight for that low.
And they're saying fog. Look, lots of fog in the evening, foggy.
Oh, I'm not seeing. Oh, yep, I see that. Yeah. Ooh, that's always scary. So be careful if you're traveling for the holidays, going out to somewhere for Christmas Eve.
Good thing Rudolph is working.
I know, right?
Yeah.
His nose is going to be
super handy.
Yep. And then the big one, this Wednesday, the 25th. That's Christmas Day, 1 week from today.
1 week from
That's
today.
not possible, is
I can't believe I am so not ready for Christmas this year. I haven't even started thinking about it yet.
Really?
It's bad. We have our Christmas tree up.
I was going to say,
do not.
We have at least 4 more reindeer to get out. I still have lawn ornaments I've got to put up. We have to put more lights up on the house.
My kids were yelling at me yesterday.
Neighbors.
I haven't given them a wish list yet for what I want.
Oh, my gosh.
I can't think of anything I want or I need. I think this year for Christmas, I want to save money.
There you go, right? You can be like Dumbledore and want socks.
Yeah.
Right? Doesn't Dumbledore says, I always want socks, and people just keep insisting on giving me books.
Right?
What a problem to have.
That's what my brother said, and everybody gave him socks. He must have got 30 pair of socks.
That's
and my
awesome.
sister took and went to a place at Northtown and had the socks put in a can. They canned things for you. So he had to use a can opener to open this
That is
gift.
amazing.
Oh,
And
how
inside were
funny.
socks.
That is
great.
awesome.
I've thought about just asking for socks, but I already have so many socks. My family already gives me enough guff for having all the socks I have.
And you probably don't need a tie.
A tie? No.
Some dads get
Right,
ties.
they get ties.
I just bought one
Oh,
for the Christmas play.
yeah.
So did I say the weather for Christmas Day? Because we might actually get a little bit of snow on Christmas Day. Not
Oh.
much, but
Not
it'll
at 40
be,
and 37.
if we do, it'll be mixed with rain. It'll probably melt when it hits the ground. But if we get a little bit coming down, it'll feel a little Christmassy. But
Where?
Okay, pretend I wasn't listening. Is this at Chewelah level or is this up at the ski hill?
this is at Chewelah level.
Okay,
this
okay.
is-
But speaking of, we're going to go ahead and move in the upper elevations because as wet and rainy as it is down here, it is awesome.
Yeah, it's
Up
snowing
above
up
mountain,
there.
yeah.
Good, because I was worried about that if that
Look
was
at
at the hill.
10
Yeah.
inches in the last 48 hours, 9 inches in the last 24 hours, and
Wow.
5 inches in the last 12
Yep.
hours.
Wow.
Yep. That's up at the summit at the base. 7 inches in the last 72 hours, 4 inches in the last 12 hours, 22 inches total of snow depth. Currently 34 degrees, 0 to 3 mile an hour winds. Good visibility. Not currently snowing or raining up there. And a little overcast. And then up at the summit, we've got, like you said, a bunch of new snow in the last 72 hours, 10 inches. Current snow depth up to 50 inches. I wonder how
That's a lot of snow.
that is a lot of snow.
Wow.
It better stay on the trails. High right now, currently 33 degrees, light wind, light fog, a little foggy up there, I guess. Overcast skies. Let's see. The surface conditions are listed as new snow and groomed. However, the ski hill is not open today or Thursday. Friday, they will be resuming their starting their 7-day-a-week service.
Oh, nice.
So starting Friday, they're going to be open 7 days a week.
Nice.
Yeah,
Yeah.
which is fantastic. You can find out more information about upcoming events, current weather conditions at ski49.com. So there you go. Thank you so much, 49 Degrees North Mountain Resort, for that weather and mountain condition report.
We're quiet because we're distracted. We're reading the report up here on the
Oh,
website.
yeah, it's really interesting. Yeah.
Sharon and I are like,
Oh, yeah. And I'm not a skier, so it's, but I know a lot of my friends are, so.
Oh my gosh,
Same.
who is it? Is it Sarah who takes the pictures at the top from the peak or somebody, and they post them on the Facebook, and it's so beautiful up there.
Yeah.
And while we've been so foggy down here and overcast, the gorgeous sunny pictures from the top, I'm like, oh gosh, I can't wait till they open that lodge up there.
Oh yeah.
You know, and we can ride the chairlift to the top and hang out at the lodge, and then ride the chairlift down.
Mm-hmm.
Oh my God, I can't wait. I'm so excited. We have some people listening today. We have our friend Catherine. Good morning, Catherine. And we have a listener from Deer Park, Michelle. Thank you so much for listening.
And Gino is
morning.
watching, it says.
Hey, Gino. Yeah, see, it's only on Sharon's phone. I don't know why. It's so weird.
She has that special phone.
Right?
So if you are watching online, you happen to notice we have our poster up for It's a Wonderful Life.
Yes.
That is happening this Friday. That is us in conjunction with Center Stage Productions and the Chula Center for the Arts. We're doing It's a Wonderful Life. It's our 2024 Christmas play. It is directed by Catherine Patton. We've got how many people in our cast? 22 people in the cast. It is.
I thought it was.
Isn't that what I heard?
Like 16, I thought.
Oh, maybe not. Okay.
Yeah.
I know at one point the number 22 was thrown around, but
That might be how many parts.
I may have just conjured that up in my head.
Yeah.
Yeah.
I don't know.
Catherine is listening online. She could probably tell us exactly how many.
She dropped a joke.
Oh. Go ahead.
Let's see. Know why lobsters are terrible gift givers? See more. I don't know.
Probably.
They're shellfish.
They're shellfish.
Dun-dun-dun. That's awesome. So
definitely an oldie.
Oh,
yeah,
Catherine says 15.
Oh,
15. Okay, see, here I am saying, just throwing out random numbers.
right?
Maybe she can enlighten me why I thought 22.
Maybe that's how many we had last year. I don't know.
Maybe.
Hey, if they're doing a delay at school, do they still have the breakfast? Do we still do breakfast?
I do not know that. But I do know that some of the schools said that they were not having preschool. So just if you have preschool kids, check with your school.
Yeah, definitely check with your school. Give you time to call in at work, too, if you need to.
Well, let's go ahead and assume they don't. So go ahead and just do the lunch menu.
Assume they don't? Okay.
Assume they're not doing breakfast.
All right.
You can read it if you want.
Chuck made the executive decision that I can't tell you guys about the breakfast muffins or the variety of cereal or the fruit breakfast parfaits or the rotating breakfast sandwich. So I'll just go right on to lunch.
Don't tell us about that.
All right. Today is comfort food. It's lasagna soup, a roll, and then you can have fruit and veggies.
Ooh.
So it looks like a nice full belly, pasta carbs lunch for the cold, wet day.
Well,
that actually sounds pretty good.
Yeah. My Mary loved lasagna when she was younger, 8, 9-ish, and she would make a lasagna type soup. And I've got a picture somewhere of her got to be warm weather, but she's cooking soup. She's gone and got a mitten on and she's stirring.
Oh, how fun.
Because of the steam on her
Yes.
hand. It's just a darn cute picture.
Now I want to see the picture. I think that's a brilliant idea. Though. She got a mitten. That's wonderful. I'm going to tell Daniel.
That reminds me, I had spaghetti in the fridge that I was going to bring today for lunch, and I forgot to grab it before I left the house.
Oh, no.
But
okay, everybody,
it's not
Chuck
like
is gonna
you live
starve.
hours away. You could
I
go
don't.
home for lunch.
Right?
I
He's
know,
not
I
like
know.
right behind Andy's or Sporty's or
Oh, yeah, he could
General
check the-
Store.
That's true,
He's
that's
not
true.
behind any of these wonderful restaurants.
Okay, and Catherine does tell us that we have 35 parts and 22 was
22
last year.
Last year.
That's
okay.
where you're thinking.
Yeah.
Okay.
You're
That's
a
what
year behind on your thinking.
It's still quite the cast. though.
No,
Yeah,
it's
so-
an amazing cast.
So
Yeah.
that performance is Friday night right here at the KCHW Theater. It's a fun opportunity to be part of a live studio audience.
Yeah.
We're going to be broadcasting that live over the air and live over Facebook, YouTube, and Twitch as it happens.
Thank you, the Warners.
Yes. The Steve and Cindy Warner helped sponsor that sponsorship for the covers are streaming. So thank you guys so much for that. Thank you, Colville Toyota, for sponsoring the show as well. That is going to be once again, and then Saturday, 7 p.m. at the Chula Center for the Arts, and Sunday once again at the Chula Center for the Arts. Now this is a readers theater.
Yeah, and this Sunday's 2 p.m.
Isn't that what I said?
You didn't say what time.
Oh, I thought Sunday 2 p.m. I
Yeah.
thought
There you
I
go.
said that. Thank you
Yeah.
for catching that. So it's a readers theater. We will be in full costume, full makeup, but this is not your typical.
Right, as if we were in the 1940s.
Exactly,
So we're
exactly.
radio performers in the 1940s, coming to work, putting on a play. It's a Wonderful Life.
So it's set in a 1940s radio station.
Right.
As a 1940s radio station doing a radio play as we're doing a radio play. It's very meta. Yeah.
It's cool. I'm excited. I had so much fun last year. And this year, we started and I'm like, oh, It's a Wonderful Life. I don't know. And then I watched the movie. Oh, and I watched a version of the movie that they said this has been edited. And they cut out all of Clarence. You go through the entire beginning half of the movie where the Clarence and the superintendent are talking, right?
Yeah.
And then right as Clarence goes to Earth to save George, it cut out all of Clarence. And so the next scene from Clarence saying, George, help me, and George has to jump in. Mm-hmm. And it cuts to George running down Bedford Falls, going, I love you, Bedford Falls. It was such a trip.
That's bizarre. So they cut out
the most important part of the movie.
Wow.
It's on like the Freeview, free whatever that thing is.
That is bizarre.
Yeah, don't watch the version of It's a Wonderful Life because it's really bad. Even Daniel, who at that point was not a big fan of It's a Wonderful Life, was like, what in the world? It was jarring.
Wow.
Yeah.
That is crazy.
Right?
What's the point? That's the whole... It's the whole redemption arc.
I know.
It
was very bizarre. Yeah. And we're like, oh, was there like a, glitch in the Matrix when we tried to rewind it and all kinds of stuff. So, yeah.
Catherine wants to know if you were drunk when you were watching it.
You know what? If we have actually any alcohol in my house, you could ask that question. But no, that's what was so weird about it. It was it just was so bizarre. And they had edited, I guess, to fit into a time slot, but it was horrific. I mean, it was like, what?
I mean, that happens to me a lot when I watch TV. I'll be watching it, and all of a sudden there's just missing gaps. But it's usually because I fall asleep a lot.
Oh, yeah.
Right?
Yeah.
Which, if it was just me, I would be like, oh, maybe I fell asleep. But no, Daniel and Xander were watching, and all of us were like, what just happened? Yeah, it was weird. But rest assured, our play
covers
not like that.
everything that you need to know.
Yes.
Yeah.
There you go.
It's awesome.
Well, let's go ahead. We're going to have some folks from the library. I believe Matt from the library that's just reopened on Monday. He's going to be joining us a little bit after the break. And then let's go ahead and get into the local events and see what we got going on here.
All right.
Sounds good.
So today is Wednesday, December 18th, so we have soft pickleball. We are assuming they don't have it next Wednesday because it's Christmas, but, anyway, we have...
I have contact. You want me to text him? It's only 7:50 in the morning. I'm going to text him.
Pickleball is from 9 to 11:30 a.m., and it's at the old middle school gym. Bingo at Fired Up Pizza tonight from 6 to 7, and Acoustic Jam across the street at Andy's from 6 to 8. So you could actually go to both of them. Go for a while to one, and then for a while to the other.
There you go.
Yep. Buy some food at one, buy a drink at the other. You could, yeah. And today is a Jenkins home basketball game against Reardon.
Oh.
So tomorrow.
Oh, don't forget, we have a community blood drive. It's happening today at the American Legion.
They won't take my blood.
They won't take your blood?
No, but that's okay.
So you're not going to talk about it on the
air? Yeah. All right. Is that it for Wednesday?
It does say on the calendar, tech help at the Chihuahua Library. I'm not sure. We will have Matt later on.
Yeah, and then we'll find out. Yeah.
because there's these things that have still been on the calendar that we don't know. Obviously they haven't been happening.
Right.
Are they back up again? I know they're doing a soft opening. So we will have Matt come on and tell us exactly what that means and exactly what they're going to be doing.
Okay. Tomorrow, Thursday, December 19th, is the Oasis Karaoke with DJ JD. Line dancing at Chihuahua Center, Senior Center from 2:30 to 4:30. Mm-hmm. That's in the afternoon, not in the middle of the morning.
Yeah.
Tomorrow is a third Thursday, so Chihuahua Valley Springdale Senior Club is meeting at Valley from 10 to 3. It's a potluck.
And I heard that's turned into quite the party.
Yeah, that's what I've heard.
Yeah.
And Jenkins has a home wrestling match against Meade. They do not have very many home wrestling matches, so if you're a wrestling fan, there's just a few of them this season. So
I heard wrestling season was over. I thought that was.
Yeah, that's what Bethany said.
Or maybe it was over for her son. Maybe.
And maybe it was Matt Cat.
Oh,
is he younger?
I have no idea.
Because they have a younger for the grade school kids. They have Matt Cat wrestling, so it could have been that.
That makes sense.
Yeah, and it could be over because they can't use the mats for little kids and for high school students at the same time, probably.
That'd be dangerous for the little kids.
Yeah, it would be. Yeah, these big kids rolling over them. Yeah.
And don't forget the food bank is open from 10 to 2.
Okay, that's good to know.
Yep.
Yeah, and I imagine they've got stuff stocked for Christmas. So if you're a little low on food and need a Christmas meal, I think that's a place to go. Yeah. Friday, December 20th, Chamber at 7 a.m. at the casino. That's for businesses, nonprofits, and just general people who want to know what's happening and want to be part of the Chamber. We have adult pickleball from 9 to 11:30, again at the middle school gym. Fired Up Pizza has all ages karaoke with Cree from 6 to 9. And they have a Jenkins home basketball game against Newport. And the cheerleaders are doing a help retire Jenkins guest mascot. And that mascot, it says it was, I'm ways away from that. Oh, I didn't have it right here. Anyway, it was bought in the 1990s, so it's time to retire it.
Yeah.
Yeah,
But they've raised the money to get a new one, right?
Yeah, that's what they're doing, and that's part of this,
Gotcha.
what's happening. So I don't know if they've got the full amount or not, but yeah.
I believe the fire department with their fire burgers during Fall Fest was able to raise the rest of the money to make that happen.
Really?
Yeah.
Well,
Oh,
that's
very
great.
cool.
That's great. Yeah. Okay, also, it is Chewella's school's last day of school before winter break, and school resumes January 6th. Well, now, I'm a little jealous because when I was a kid, we didn't get that big of a break.
Really?
I feel like we got that big of a break.
Did you?
Yeah.
I mean-
I always remember going back to school like January 2nd.
Yeah,
And thinking,
exactly.
And thinking like, hey, didn't we have the next day off after the New Year's celebrations? Which
Yeah.
I guess they do give you, but
Yeah.
because you celebrate the 31st.
Right, I'm thinking. We have our guest here. And then we have Joe says hi. And I put the wrong location for Michelle. Deer Lake, not Deer Park. So yes.
Oh, okay.
So hi, Joe. And I
Joe.
messaged our pickleball people at 7:56 in the morning. So hopefully one of them, 7:54 in the morning, hopefully one of them will respond.
And of course, Friday night, after you sing a little bit, you want to come over to the radio station for opening night of It's a Wonderful Life's Reader
Life.
Theater.
Yes.
Yes. And Saturday is a fun day, too, because we have it opens at the center. So we have kind of two openings, which is kind of fun for the It's a Wonderful Life.
What?
Nothing.
She's laughing at me.
I'm laughing. It's all good. I'm a happy person.
Okay. Also on Saturday, the Chewilla Brass plays Christmas at 12 p.m. That's 12 noon at the Yale Press.
Oh, yeah.
Yeah.
And they were fabulous at Rudolph the Red-Nosed Reindeer. That
They
was
were.
so cool.
Yeah, they were.
That was so cool.
And so if you want to see him again, or if you didn't get to see him, you can go to the Yale Press at noon on Saturday, and they will be playing. And that night, Jenkins basketball at Davenport. Sunday.
Oh, wait, I got a couple more things for Saturday
Oh,
here.
good.
Yeah.
Yeah,
Good.
so the 21st from 8 a.m. to 11 a.m. This message comes from the Deer Park Eagles. They're doing breakfast with Santa. There's free pancakes, eggs, sausage breakfast with fruit, juice, and cocoa, and free pictures with Santa. This is at 12 West South Avenue in Deer Park. This is a free event, but they would greatly appreciate donations to help the Deer Park Eagles.
Nice.
That's neat.
Nice.
So there you go.
And then Gino says junior high wrestling is over.
Oh, it's junior high.
Okay.
Okay. Well, that's good to know. That clears us up.
Right? Okay.
Yeah. So then on Sunday, All Ages Blues Jam from 4 to 7 at Fired Up Pizza. And before that, you could go see the last show of It's a Wonderful Life at 2 p.m. over at the Center for the Arts. And then you could go to the All Blues Jam. And one of our actors, you might see him at both places.
Yeah, all the places. And then a very merry Christmas sing-along is that evening. So you could see him in all three places.
Aha. Yeah.
Yeah.
And now, I've not heard anything in addition on the cornhole tournaments that they're having at the old middle school gym.
Paula?
I can't.
and it's supposed to be at 3 p.m. every other Sunday. Now, I'm hoping I've got the right Sundays that I'm announcing it every other Sunday.
Right. Oh, yeah. If you're off a Sunday, how confusing. People be showing up going, I was told there would be. Hopefully they're listening and they'll just adjust to match what you're saying.
Yeah. And that night, Sunday night, is the Christmas Carol sing-along, 7 p.m., Center for the Arts. And it is free, and we will have our baby grand piano in the center, and we'll be surrounding it, chairs surrounding it, and singing, and there'll be, I think there's candy canes. I don't know.
Yeah, there's going to be candy canes, and then there'll be a few soloists, right? So not very many, because of course it's a community sing-along. But I did get a message from Debbie. Daniel and I are going to be singing "Baby, It's Cold Outside."
Ooh, yeah.
And Debbie was so cute. She's so good. This is when you know you're working with a very skilled pianist, right? She's like, "What key would you like it in?" And I'm like,
house key.
And then Monday, December 23rd. Adult pickleball. We're just assuming they're not taking a break.
Well, I messaged them, hopefully when they wake up and they don't, who woke me up at 7 o'clock in the morning with this message. But hopefully they will let us know here shortly.
Yeah. And Tuesday would be sit and knit at the center, but I'm thinking that
Christmas
since
Eve.
it's Christmas Eve, they won't be doing that. And then, of course, Wednesday is Christmas, and we want you to stay with your family. If your family's not around here, you go knock at Paula's door or Chuck's door, and you'll be welcome.
Sharon's door.
Yeah, any of your neighbors.
Yeah.
Or you invite your neighbors in if you know they're alone.
Yeah.
Wow. Our house is probably going to be a little messy for that. Hopefully we'll get it cleaned up by Christmas.
We have absolutely. And I have a note to myself to actually go check on my neighbor. And last year, I have really good neighbors. I mean, they put up with our shenanigans. Daniel is waking Xander up in the morning by playing the drums and music really loud, right? We've got our lights everywhere for the holidays.
I'm 3 blocks away and I hear it.
Right? I know. So it's like our neighbors I'm just so grateful for our neighbors. But yeah, I have a note to go visit our next door neighbor because he is, he's got some physical challenges.
Yeah.
And, last year I didn't send any cards out for the holidays. I was so disorganized.
We didn't either.
Yeah. I didn't either.
And I got a note from him.
You never do.
Right? I got a note from him that said, "Thanks for the card." And I was like, oh gosh, I'm sorry. Nobody got a card if that makes you feel any better.
Oh, my.
So I have to make sure if nobody else gets a card, that he gets a card and some cookies, right?
Well, see, that's why I don't send out cards, because I don't want to forget somebody and have them feel.
Oh
left
yeah,
out.
what a likely excuse.
Sure. When you're getting a card check, because I've been working on them late at night.
I just post on Facebook every year, say, "Here's your Christmas card, everybody. Merry Christmas."
The person who's not going to get my card in time probably is Indigo. I am pretty sure that the cards won't get to Alaska in time, because I'm going to be mailing them like.
Actually, that's a common misconception by Alaska. Growing up there, we have the largest shipping hubs in the world are in Anchorage.
Oh, really?
Oh.
So packages actually get there faster than they do in a lot of other places around the country, because especially if they come from foreign countries, they go to Alaska first before they hit the rest of the U.S. So we can actually get, especially international packages, before the rest of the country many times.
Well, then she might get her card.
Not every time, but
So we're going to back up a little. Catherine says the knitting group is taking a break, and they'll come back January 7th. It sounds like they're taking the same break that the school kids are.
Mm-hmm.
Yeah.
Well, I think Darcia babysits. That might be why.
Maybe.
Yep. And speaking of taking breaks, we are taking a break here from the morning show during the same time the kids are taking a break from school.
Oh, yeah.
So we're going to be off for 2 weeks.
That's going to be so weird.
Well, that doesn't mean the radio's off. That
the
just
radio will be
means,
here.
the radio will still be
will be
playing.
here.
You'll be here.
It'll just be no morning show.
Okay.
No morning
Okay. We just don't want people not turn on their radio. You know? Yeah.
I don't know what that's going to be like. I'm going to have 2 weeks of being able to sleep in. That's crazy.
Oh, no, you're going to wake right up, and you're going to get down here, and you're going to get all kinds of things done.
Right? And there's going to be that panic. Oh, the show. And then you're going to get down here and realize that you're on break.
Right?
Right?
Yeah.
Like in school, when you wake up early on Saturday and get ready for school, and your parents are like, "What are you doing?"
And
or your siblings,
right?
Your sisters tell you at Saturday, get up. They did that to my son, but he had taken an afternoon nap, and they woke him up, and he got up to go to school.
Get up, get up, get up.
Oh, my gosh.
very
That
funny.
is brilliant and evil all at the same time. I'm expecting the message from Chuck. Where are you guys? Why aren't you here?
Oh, wait. Sorry.
Right. All right, break.
So where were we on the calendar here?
Break.
Break.
And I'm not going any farther than Christmas.
Yeah.
I will
doing
say,
a break.
also, we missed a big one, the Trashgerade Ball.
We haven't
yeah.
gone that far. She said she didn't go beyond Christmas.
Yeah, but I
Oh,
should.
but we
I
went to Christmas break,
should. I
which goes till
should.
January.
Yeah.
Well, and then the Labyrinth opens on the
Yes.
27th.
Yeah, so shame
Yes.
on me.
So
Well, while she's searching, I can talk about the Labyrinth
Yeah.
before we talk about their thing. So it should be in this week's paper.
Okay.
But the Christmas Tree Labyrinth opens up on December 27th, and that's going to be in the evening. It's going to be something you can go to after dinner, and you can walk through the labyrinth. So I will be building a labyrinth using Christmas trees as the wall of the labyrinth. So you can go and you can drop off your Christmas tree if you're somebody who likes to take down their Christmas trees right after Christmas. Bring your undecorated tree. It does still need to be green, so if you haven't watered your tree and you got it like November 20th, you can't bring that tree down. But if you have a green tree, go ahead and bring it down to the Center for the Arts. If nobody is there, just gently lie it against the fence and we'll take care of it. But yeah, we're going to be building a Christmas tree labyrinth. It will go from the 27th of December until January 3rd. We'll have cider and hot cocoa. There'll be a little fire pit. It's going to be
Very cool.
awesome.
Very cool. And you can also check out the labyrinth while you're there for the Trashgerade
For the
Ball.
Trashgerade, exactly.
Happening on New Year's Eve at the Chula Center for the Arts.
Yes, and that's going to be epic. Last year it was so much fun.
It is. There was a lot of talk about this one last year. It was not a very well attended event, but the people that went, man, they're still talking about what a great party.
We had a
it was.
blast.
It
yeah.
was truly one of the best just parties that I've been to in many years. It was a lot of fun. You don't have to create a costume to come, but there is going to be a fashion show and a contest.
For people who have built a costume out of repurposed items, right?
Yeah,
Right,
Like
right.
last year, I made
trash.
Yeah. And 2 days before that at the center also is Home for the Holidays. And it features Stage Time Theater School alumni and Jenkins High School alumni singing. And Janet's got some great singers lined up for that. And then while you're singing and you're thinking about it, coming in January 10th, if you'd like to be part of the Singer Series event, they're singing Somewhere in America. So if you've got an America song that has to do with, Tennessee or anything, or Route 66 or anything somewhere in America, that's the Singer Series.
Fun.
Yeah.
Very cool.
Yep.
Speaking of America, you should have the McQueens there. They do a lot of Americana stuff, or the Old
Right.
Souls. They
Yeah.
do.
Yeah. So this gives you time to find that song that you used to sing all the time. You just can't remember the name exactly, So you get time for that. January 10th.
Oh my gosh!
Right on the
So
tip of my tongue.
I have to say, I found before I go to break really fast because they responded.
Okay.
The pickleball people
pickleball
say,
people.
let's see. Okay, there will be a free beginners pickleball clinic at Mary Walker on the 21st from 10 to 12, and then Sunday, the 22nd, from 11 to 1, an intermediate clinic at Mary Walker, a different school.
Yeah.
All right?
Where was the first one?
Both at Mary Walker.
Yep.
Oh, okay.
So on the 21st.
Which
and
is Springdale.
Uh-huh, okay.
Yeah, for those who don't know.
So there, and then he says, really bummed as we typically play at the old Jenkins Middle School, but due to maintenance we are going on at high school, we are unable to use the gym during the break. So right now they have pickleball today and Friday the 20th, and then they start again on January 6th.
Oh, that's good to know.
Yeah, except they will have those clinics on the 21st and the 22nd at Mary Walker.
But they will be back at the old middle school here in Chihuahua on the 6th.
When they come back on the 6th.
Perfect.
Yeah.
All right. Well, we have Matt waiting out there patiently. We've gotten a little late here, so let's go ahead and take our break. We're going to thank our sponsors, listen to some news, and we will be back right after this. Speaking with Matt from the library here.
Yay!
So
I'm
looking forward to that.
excited. Okay.
All right, so we'll be right back, everyone. Thank you for listening to KCHW 102.7, and don't go away.
It's 8:08.
You're listening to Northern Lights Public Radio on 102.7 KCHW. Chewelah, Colville, Kettle Falls.
The Public News Service NOAA Newscast, December the 18th, 2024. I'm Mike Clifford. Kentucky's 33,000 state employees face challenges taking time off from work after giving birth to a child or adopting, and many are forced to use sick leave.
Dustin Pugel with the Kentucky Center for Economic Policy says implementing a policy for state workers would put the Commonwealth more in line with other states, especially surrounding ones such as Ohio that already offer paid parental leave.
Younger workers who are considering starting a family, who are also looking at other state sectors to decide where they want to work. It's really important that we attract them by offering this benefit.
Across Kentucky, an increasing number of large private companies, such as Norton Healthcare, along with public entities such as Louisville Metro Government and Fayette County Public Schools, provide paid parental leave to employees. Mothers who use paid parental leave have stronger bonds with their child and have better physical and mental health. Dads also benefit from paid time off to help nurture new life. Nadia Ramlagan reporting.
And President-elect Donald Trump is escalating his legal campaign against media outlets by suing renowned pollster J. Ann Selzer and her polling firm, the Des Moines Register newspaper, and his parent company, Gannett. That from CNN. Unlike many of Trump's legal actions against the press, which often allege defamation, this case alleges violations of the Iowa Consumer Fraud Act, which prohibits deception when advertising or selling merchandise. CNN does note, while the non-traditional claims are unlikely to succeed in court, Trump is using the lawsuit to wage a broadside against what he perceives as left-wing media, mainstream press coverage of elections, and the role of pollsters during the campaign. Next to Alabama, one of 6 states that still uses the foundation program to calculate aid to schools. It is a formula that uses the number of students to determine how much money a school gets instead of need.
Jason Meadows with A+ Education Partnership says it's an outdated system that doesn't meet the needs of all students.
We just want to make sure that districts have the funds based upon the unique needs, whether that's a student with disabilities, whether that's our ELL population, where students who English is their second language, along with other subgroups of students.
He says proper funding for students provides benefits long after graduation. Meadows cites research showing that increasing funding by $1,000 per student leads to higher life attainment and earning potential. Shantia Hudson reporting.
Right now, only 2% of state education funding is dedicated to supporting students in poverty, students with special education needs, and English learners. It equates to about $140 per year per student. This is Public News Service. Birth doulas across Arkansas have formed a new organization to improve maternal health care across the state that they hope will make doula services accessible to more families.
Doulas are members of a birthing team that provide emotional, physical, and educational support to expectant mothers. Vice President of the Doula Alliance of Arkansas, Cora Crane, says research shows doula services can reduce cesarean sections, premature deliveries, and length of labor.
We have people reaching out to us. This is their first time. They don't know what they don't know. It's all very overwhelming. There's definitely a certain amount of fear that a lot of people are bringing to the birth experience. And then, of course, if you've had a doula in your previous birth, then you usually continue.
Doulas provide services during pregnancy, childbirth, and postpartum. I'm Frida Ross reporting.
Next to Nebraska, where the legislature there kicks off the new session a few weeks from today, issues related to gender identity are likely to be part of the mix.
Last year, a Nebraska bill to ban transgender students from playing school sports consistent with their gender identity narrowly failed. Republican Governor Jim Pillen says he'll try again this year. Grant Friedman with the ACLU of Nebraska says anyone opposed should try to set aside time with lawmakers to explain their concerns. From his perspective, Friedman says policymakers should know other matters need attention.
Getting folks to realize they're there to make Nebraska a better place for everyone and focus on the issues that need to be dealt with and not kind of these fringe issues.
With Nebraska's budget on shaky ground and the need to address affordable housing gaps, he says advocates can pinpoint a number of topics they want lawmakers to look at instead. Polls show most Americans oppose transgender restrictions, but Republicans' recent campaign messages have found some captive audiences. I'm Mike Moen.
Finally, Montana's wildlife firefighters face a drastic pay cut at the end of this week without congressional action.
The law gave Interior Department or Forest Service employees an annual raise of either $20,000 or a 50% base salary increase. Wildland firefighters can make as little as $15 an hour, doing one of the country's most dangerous jobs. Jonathan Golden, with the advocacy group Grassroots Wildland Firefighters, describes the pay raise as a game changer.
That really sent a message and a signal to the workforce that they were acknowledged for their hard work, their dedication, their sacrifice, and that hard work also includes the off-season when they are recovering.
I'm Mark Moran.
This is Mike Clifford for Public News Service, member and listener supported. Hear us on interesting radio stations on your favorite podcast platform. Find our content and trust indicators at publicnewsservice.org.
Your KCHW morning show is made possible by donations from
Colville Toyota. Colville Toyota, located at 160 West 3rd Avenue in Colville, offers new and used vehicle sales and service. Vehicle sales is open 8:30 a.m. till 7 p.m. Monday through Saturday, with a Toyota Express Maintenance Center open 7:30 a.m. till 6 p.m. Monday through Friday. More information on Colville Toyota's vehicle inventory and services is available at colvilletoyota.com. A small-town dealership with a big heart.
And by Chihuahua Flooring.
Chihuahua Flooring at 214 East Clay in the 3rd Street Mall offers a wide variety of products including carpet, ceramic and porcelain tile, vinyl and laminate planks, and vinyl sheet flooring. Chihuahua Flooring carries products for both commercial businesses and residential homes, including brands like National Flooring, Dell Tile, Mannington, and Mohawk. They also offer blind repair. For more information, you can visit online at chihuahuaflooring.com, call 509-935-8021, or via email at chihuahuaflooring@gmail.com.
Center Stage Productions and KCHW 102.7 proudly present It's a Wonderful Life, a live radio play.
There is a man in trouble down there, a man named George Bailey.
Experience the timeless story of George Bailey in the town of Bedford Falls.
I'm leaving this one-horse town. I'm going to travel.
Adapted by Anthony Palermo from Frank Capra's 1946 classic film.
Clarence Oddbody, Angel, second class. Maybe I can finally earn my wings.
Brought to life in this radio-style production. Adapted by Anthony Palermo from Frank Capra's 1946 classic film.
I was sent from heaven to help you.
Get in the car, quick! It's your father. He's had a stroke.
Now that Peter Bailey is dead, I move that we dissolve the building and loan.
Showtimes are December 20th at 7 p.m. at the KCHW Theater as we go live on the air, and December 21st at 7 p.m. with a matinee on December 22nd at 2 p.m. at the Chihuahua Center for the Arts. Tickets are only $15 and are available at Acres United Drug, Valley Drug Company, or online at our.show/Chihuahua/radio 2024. Don't miss this one-of-a-kind heartwarming holiday event.
Teacher said every time a bell rings, an angel gets their wings.
Mark your calendars, grab your tickets, and join us for It's a Wonderful Life, a live radio play. A holiday tradition you won't want to miss. It's a Wonderful Life, directed by Catherine Patton and proudly sponsored by Colville Toyota and Cindy and Steve Warner.
It's 8:17.
Your KCHW morning show is made possible by donations from
Colville Toyota. Colville Toyota, located at 160 West 3rd Avenue in Colville, offers new and used vehicle sales and service. Vehicle sales is open 8:30 a.m. till 7 p.m. Monday through Saturday, with a Toyota Express Maintenance Center open 7:30 a.m. till 6 p.m. Monday through Friday. More information on Colville Toyota's vehicle inventory and services is available at colvilletoyota.com. A small-town dealership with a big heart.
And by Chihuahua Flooring.
Chihuahua Flooring at 214 East Clay in the 3rd Street Mall offers a wide variety of products including carpet, ceramic and porcelain tile, vinyl and laminate planks, and vinyl sheet flooring. Chihuahua Flooring carries products for both commercial businesses and residential homes, including brands like National Flooring, Dell Tile, Mannington, and Mohawk. They also offer blind repair. For more information, you can visit online at chihuahuaflooring.com, call 509-935-8021, or via email at chihuahuaflooring@gmail.com.
This is KCHW 102.7.
All right now. Come on, boy. Yeah.
Yeah. My poor horse.
Yeah.
Horse today.
I did not.
Good boy.
Be tied up outside.
The break was just long enough to feed the horse.
Good morning. Welcome back to the KCHW Morning Show. We are back with our
library.
Yes, we're back from our break.
Excited.
We have Matt from the library here. The library has reopened. If you're watching online, pardon us. It looks like we have a ghost camera. We have our camera on, but he is not on camera.
But Paula's phone has it all on, and mine doesn't.
Oh, wow.
Oh.
That is weird. Why is it doing that? That is really tripping me out.
Our camera is not refreshing. So sorry, Matt. We're experiencing a little technical difficulties, but we'll get that up and going. So anyway, good morning. Welcome to the KCHW Morning Show. How are you doing today?
I'm doing good. Thank you for having me here.
Outstanding.
So
we're glad to have you.
Yeah.
We're very excited.
We've
been talking about the library a lot.
Good.
Yeah.
Good. Tell your friends.
Tell us a little bit about what's going on with the library. You just had a soft reopening on Monday?
Yes, we had a soft reopening. We're open from 10 to 6, our normal hours, again, Monday through Friday. The project is not completed yet. We still have the bathroom to finish. There's some delay on product, so it's kind of just a temporary bathroom right now. The foyer's not completed yet. Mm-hmm. We got some work to do on our doors, getting painted, new hardware put on, and an ADA push button open and close door. That's going to be exciting.
Oh, yeah.
That'll be nice.
For the front door?
For the front door, yeah.
Very cool.
Then we'll have some walk-off carpet so that stays down, so you can clean off your feet before you get into the library. But
nice.
Yeah. So we added a programming room.
Ooh.
I saw that.
Yeah. It's a nice. It's on the drawings it looks so like, I don't want to say small, but it looks like it wasn't going to be very big, and then you get the space, and it's a good size room. It's exciting.
Well, wait a minute. What does that mean? Programming, to learn how to develop programs?
So it's going to be kind of a catch-all for the community. For the library, it's where we're going to hold our program. So like our story time will be in there in the morning on Tuesdays at 10:30. Mm-hmm. After starting January, after the new year, it'll be like we want it to be a hybrid space where we're going to get some nesting tables and stuff, so we can have conference room style tables or pod tables, or stack them up when we're doing a presentation style program. And then also be a place that the community can reserve the space, and if a club's meeting, they can, during library hours, they can come and do their meeting at the library.
Nice.
And are those meetings, using that room, is it free or is there a charge?
It will be, yes.
Oh,
it will be.
How
yes.
nice.
Are you going to have tech options, computers and stuff too for people to use? Or?
Yep, we have a computer set up you get an hour and a half a day, a guaranteed hour, and then that other half hour, if there's other people waiting, then you'll have to, you can come back later. But you get up to an hour and a half of computer time. And then you could always, our Wi-Fi is always on, whenever turn it off. So you could come anytime with your laptop or hang out outside if you want. A little cold right now to be doing that, but
yeah.
Right, and this is actually huge, right? What Wi-Fi do you use? Who's your provider?
It's through Lumen.
Okay.
Yeah.
So it's, if we have Spectrum at home, and it constantly goes down. So my husband is always like, "Where can I go?"
Yeah.
So now we know he can go to the library, and
yeah,
it's
so
high-speed
our-
library. It's high-speed.
Mhm.
Nice. Daniel, are you hearing
2
this?
gigs. 2 gigs.
And that is a special provider that the libraries use, right? So
Yes,
they
it's
provide government
K20.
services?
Yeah, it's K20, and then it's contracted through Lumen. But yeah.
Okay.
So when you said programming room, my thoughts went to 50 years ago when I was a computer programmer.
Exactly. That's what I'm like. You're gonna have a tech room.
Yeah.
Nice.
Oh no, library programs.
And is this? You said it was free for the public to use. Is this something that people have to reserve ahead of time, or if it's open, then people can go on in, or how does this work?
Yeah, so this is pretty exciting for the library district. This is our first programming room that we solely have. So so Colville and Kettle Falls, they both have a programming room, but the city owns the building. So the city, working with us, but the city they're the ones who kind of control how that space is used. So so we're still working out the details of how it's going to look for the library, for us, and because Loon Lake they're getting a library built as we speak.
Oh, nice.
And yeah, the walls are starting to go up.
Nice.
And they're also going to have a programming space there too.
Wow.
So
Very cool. You got to keep programming, so a big room that people can use for their events and stuff. Nice.
So tell us. Oh, sorry. Go ahead. Sorry.
I'm really excited. I'm sorry. You're not going to get a word in edgewise check. Okay, so story time is going to continue and tech help is going to continue. What all is going to start right away?
Starting the 1st of January, our regular programming. So we were doing. So it was the third. Wow, it's been a while. It's been since January or July.
Yeah.
So the third Monday of the month, we do brick builders.
Lego. Yep.
Yep, the Legos.
Which is very cool to have back.
Very cool.
And then every Tuesday at 10:30, we do story time.
Story time. And what
then-
ages is good for story time? Are you thinking like babies, toddlers, young kids? What are you thinking?
Babies through preschool. Yeah.
Nice. Okay. And then who does that? Do you have any like fun celebrities that come in and do story time?
We haven't. We have Lindsay, who she works for us. She does the story times now. And trying to think, we have had some guests in the past. I know we've had the fire chief years ago.
Yeah.
He came in and did a story time.
Oh my God, I bet that kids would love that.
Yeah.
I totally would have been there if the fire chief was there reading a book.
Right?
Right? But like, oh my gosh. Yeah.
Yeah. So we got, and then we'll be doing the tech help will be resuming again on Wednesdays from 3 to 4.
Awesome. And who is this person, are they Mac friendly or PC friendly or iPhone friendly or Samsung friendly? What is their forte?
Yes.
Yes, all of the above. Oh, fun. Okay.
No, the good news. So the way we've been doing it is kind of that reserved time. So people come in, patrons come in, and when they have help, we kind of sometimes tag team the problem or the issue. A lot of the times it's me. I'm not an Apple owner myself, but Google is my best friend.
Gasp! Shock.
And
okay.
yeah, so a lot of the stuff we're able to work through the issues or the problems or the learning.
Yeah. Oh, very cool. Okay.
So if say I went and bought a new laptop somewhere and I don't even know how to open it and start it, you can help me?
We've done that, yeah.
Oh, wow.
Oh my gosh, the opening of a brand new laptop is like one of the worst things in the history of humankind. Because you turn that puppy on, right, and everything wants to install. Install this, install this, install this. Hit, good. You want to be a member of this? Have a trial membership of this.
I have a laptop in the other room that we brought home from my mother-in-law's after she passed away. It was a relative, I believe she bought it in the last year or so before she passed away. We assume it probably has family photos, family information. We still need to get some of their tax information. There's still paperwork stuff we have to take care of. I've been trying to unlock that computer without damaging the files and the data on that.
Oh, wow.
I spent about 4 hours yesterday while I was supposed to be doing other things, trying to figure out how to do that. Still couldn't get it done, but I have a process.
See, in the old days, you would have your boot drive. You would boot up with your own drive, your own like floppy, or I had a CD that I would pop in and it would take over. But these days, I don't know what you do.
That's what I tried, but finding something that's free is difficult. So I didn't want to pay $30 a month subscription.
Well, you can go to our library and they can give you some help.
There you go. See, exactly. That's my point. Yes. So when did the construction start on the library? You said
officially started July 17th,
Mhm.
and then we closed for a couple of days and pushed basically the entire library into the front half.
Mhm.
And then that's when the construction crew came in. They tarped off the back half of the library because that's where the majority of the work took place, with our bathroom remodel and adding the programming room. And when they were pulling out the carpet, that's when
That's when the trouble started.
Yes. So yeah, they found some asbestos in the tiles underneath the carpet. So then that's when we had to shut down completely, and then we moved into the back on Webster, and brought in our bookmobile that we purchased for this occasion, and started operating out of there. That was I believe August 5th that took place. So it was like 2 weeks later.
Okay.
Oh my gosh! You know, it just sounds brilliant. It just popped into my head.
What's that?
The book bus mobile driving through town, right? And then stopping. Like it could be, it could be like an ice cream book.
You could have music.
Right? And then kids can come and they stop at the book bus and they can go in and they can get a book. Oh my God, that's the most brilliant idea ever.
They do that in other cities, you know.
No, I didn't know that. I would love that.
They do have bookmobiles that go to different neighborhoods in other cities.
I didn't know that.
Yeah.
We purchased it from the Sandpoint.
That is so
Are
cool.
you guys going to continue to have that bookmobile and have it available for events and stuff?
We don't know what we have planned for it in the future at the moment.
Because that would be because we do have the seasonal festivals. We have events happening all the time. I think it would be really great.
That would be so cool. If the book bus was at like Fall Fest and Winter Fest and Summer Fest, that would be so cool.
Well, not this Winter Fest because you guys are having a ceremony. Or
your soft opening.
Yes. So February 8th, we're working on doing a grand reopening of the library once we have the projects completed and we have all of our furniture. And I imagine there's going to be a ribbon cutting and just inviting the community to come in and take a look at what we've all accomplished, the community, all of us, because it takes all of us.
Right.
And
so
I'm so excited.
This is just a curious question, but how much lack of materials, has made this slower, the supply chain? Because we hear that all the time. We can't get builders to do things. We can't get supplies. We can't get products.
Can't get wood. Yeah.
It is a real incredible thing.
Yeah.
Yes. Everything, it seems like everything is at least 6 to 8 weeks out.
Oh my goodness.
So it's incredible.
Wow.
Boy, that makes the construction at SETI's even more amazing that they're doing it so quickly.
Yeah.
Yeah.
That's amazing.
Well,
Okay.
I mean, it probably helps being a hardware store.
Right? That's true. Okay, I have a super, super exciting idea. Okay, you could raffle the opportunity for the ribbon cutting. Wouldn't that be fun? Right? You could go and you could buy a raffle ticket for the opportunity to be the ribbon cutter to open the new library.
Oh,
I think that's a good job for the library manager, though. don't you?
Yeah.
I know, but can you imagine someone a whole bunch of little kids all excited and one kid, I'm going to cut the ribbon now, and then be able to cut the ribbon? Maybe have a lot of ribbons.
I am glad though that you brought up a raffle and such, because we are still looking for donations. We still have, if you go in there right now into the library, there is a sparse furniture. So we are still fundraising for furniture, and we would love donations to help out to fill that space with some awesome new furniture. I think with a beautiful space that we have over there, it'd be fitting to have some newer furniture. Yeah. So
I agree.
if you go to our website, thelosc.org, there's a tab at the top for donations, and that takes you to our Library Foundation page where you can make a donation if you.
You're not typing, Sharon.
Very cool.
You're the one who does the typing.
I heard something about you guys. Were you guys actually in the Civic Center for a while too?
The library, we did a little setup of the library so we could still pull holds and find all the materials that we need to, and we were working in there. Yes, the public wasn't allowed to go in there.
Right.
What was the website again?
thelosc.org.
Yep.
It says that
LOSC.
SC.
Yeah.
LOSC.
S is in Sam.
Libraries of Stevens
County.
Oh,
Yeah, I'll have to say it's good to see you guys reopen. It almost, for me personally anyway, I guess it feels almost like there was sort of a hole in the community with I mean, the public library is such a hub of any community, really.
Absolutely.
It's been hard actually having the library closed, and I know it seems like COVID ended, and because we used to go to the library all the time with my family, my kids.
Yeah.
When we first moved here, a couple of my best friends were actually folks that worked at the library because they were the first people I met. When we got here.
Right. They tell you where everything is.
Yeah. And then COVID happened, and then we kind of got out of the habit of going to the library, and then just about the time it's like, okay, everything's opening back up. I mean, I guess it had been for a year or two already, but then the library closes, and it's really heartwarming. To see you guys back open again and see all the great work you've been doing.
Yeah, we're excited. Yeah, so we started doing story time out on the front lawn there still, and then we got to be too cold, so we stopped in November, and we really saw a drop off in our families and our young kiddos come in to the library. So it's funny, we're all getting excited and clapping when we see the little kids come back in the last couple of days.
That's awesome.
Right?
We haven't seen you guys.
I should have thought to reach out during that. I could have invited you guys. You could have used this space here to have those, but
no.
But too late for that now.
Right?
You guys are back open again. You guys have some new. You're talking about furniture. I saw some great new stuff in the kids area.
Yes, we brought in some fun logs and stumps, and for the kids to sit on. Their soft preschool durable furniture.
Oh, fun!
Yeah, the logs is like a big stool.
Yeah,
there's a couple of those, and there's a bunch of stumps, and then we got a cool bookshelf that looks like a tree for our board books.
Mm-hmm.
And then a patron a while ago gifted us a birdhouse that's just been like hanging out on top of one of our shelves, and we put it on that shelf now, and it looks pretty cool.
Oh,
that's
very
awesome.
cool.
That's awesome. And I know I sat down on that log. It was actually I was a little tentative because I wasn't sure if it was going to be hard or soft, because I had mentioned that I had went to a friend's house recently and sat down on their beanbag expecting it to be a beanbag, and went
that
right
was
to
my
the floor.
house. Yeah,
that was at her house.
That's because it was a fake beanbag. It didn't actually have beans in it. It was filled with that the furniture padding,
really
remnant
soft
stuff.
Yeah.
And
Boom,
so
tailbone on the floor.
yeah, you're expecting to hit that bean. Nope. Sorry, Chuck.
And
yeah,
I flopped myself down in that thing.
You should have seen it trying to get him back up.
That's funny.
Poor guy.
Well, your website is fascinating.
Yes.
Yeah,
because
it's
it shows what's happening by the day and where it's at.
Yeah, by all the libraries in Stevens County.
Yep.
Yeah, it's just a fascinating, and I'm just seeing all kinds of fun things all over the county.
Oh yeah, we're doing some amazing things.
Yeah.
Okay, so library resources. Okay, so in King County Library System, they have the language opportunities that you can go, and if you have a King County Library card, you can get a book from any of the other libraries and have it sent to you, and you can have a lot of the online resources. I know in Spokane County, some of those resources were available. What is available in Stevens County? Like, can I reserve a book from any of the Stevens County Library and have it sent to my library for pickup?
Absolutely, yeah. We have 7
I've
libraries.
done that before.
Right?
And
Yeah.
we have a courier who drives
God, can you
on
imagine
Monday,
being
Wednesdays,
a courier
and Fridays.
library person? Oh my God, tingles. Okay, I'm fine.
Back when I first started, I was the substitute courier. It's fun.
That's awesome.
Good to go to all the libraries. But
Okay.
yeah, we have a courier Monday, Wednesdays, and Fridays does deliveries. So we get materials to you fairly quickly, especially Chewelah kind of being the middle of the route.
Yeah.
There's a lot of times you'll get, if on the right day you'll make a request, and then from a different library, and it'll come in the same day.
And then there are online books available.
Yep, we have Libby. You can download ebooks and e-audiobooks.
Wow.
Readers.
You mentioned language. We have
Yeah.
Mango.
Oh, nice.
Yeah, so you can download that app and learn some languages. We also have Canopy, which you can download that app and you can do some video streaming. There's some stuff you can stream.
Oh, so like lessons things you can learn, or very cool. And then I see you have a Mobius Discovery Center Pass program. That's awesome.
Yes, that
And
is
Kindles-
amazing. You
Yeah.
get 2 adults and 4 kids in with a pass and you get a checkout for 7 days. And you go hang out down there. Yeah.
We actually did take advantage of that.
And what is that?
The Mobius Pass down at the
In Spokane.
Science Center for Youth it's in the old Washington Water Power building.
Okay.
Mm-hmm.
Very cool.
Yeah.
I believe the Washington Water Power Building was used as a set in Z Nation. Was it not?
I don't know.
Not sure.
I think it was.
I don't know, but boy, Xander and I, see, again, usually when we move someplace, the libraries and the museums are the first place we go.
Yeah.
So it's very, very atypical that you guys do not know me very well already, right?
You will now.
So I know, I'm like, yay! But yeah, oh my gosh, the Mobius Pass, I'm sorry, passes, museums and stuff can be expensive. And so the libraries offering these passes is huge because it allows families to go and experience the educational opportunities. And I'm sorry, museums are fun. So
They are.
What about, do you ever get passes for the MAC or anything like that?
We don't currently. I know we have been investigating how we can do that, but yeah, we do not currently.
Very fun.
We also have Discover passes, so you can either, if you have family coming up for big, usually they get checked out mostly in the summertime, but you could take the Discover passes and go to any of the parks that require it here in Washington, or
wow,
works at the boat launches if you're going to go to a boat launch and you don't have a fishing pass. Discover Pass, they work at all the boat launches as well.
This is perfect for us.
That is very
because
cool.
we don't, now that we're not in Spokane County, we don't use our Discover Pass enough to warrant buying it. Because usually we're going for a hike and then we get there and we're like, oh man, we don't have an active Discover Pass. We'll be able to check one out.
Yeah.
That is perfect.
That's cool. So you were starting to say something a minute ago, but do you remember what that was?
That's very vague, Chuck.
I know.
That's because we interrupted.
That was like a minute ago.
I know, right?
Look, I'm going to step away from the microphone so he can get a word in edgewise.
So is there anything else new coming up that you want to let people know about? Any new programs, anything you're excited about? Or is it just being back open again?
Being back open, we've been, like you said, it's been a weird experience the last few months. It was a project that we were told wasn't going to take nearly this long.
Yep.
And so it's just being back in the space, having the patrons come back in, a different conversation other than when you opening back up again.
Oh yeah.
Yeah. Oh, I can imagine.
And so yeah, it's just exciting.
Well, and you walk in and it still feels like the Chewelah Library. It still has the same feel, but there are definitely some noticeable improvements. Some things have changed, definitely, but very cozy, very very comfortable feeling. I like that you walked in and it felt, it kind of you could kind of take a nice breath and relax.
Yes.
It was a very relaxing environment. So.
Yes, most of the walls are now a shade of white, and it looks a whole lot bigger. The Southwest theme was cool, and it was unique to Chewelah. Yeah, every wall was a different Southwest color. It's been like that for years, and it's unique. But
that's a very nice word, unique.
As opposed to the typical, I call it tobacco stain yellow that most walls in Chewelah are. Yeah,
but you get most of those walls white, and the space just looks so much bigger.
Yeah.
Oh yeah.
This is so cool. I'm playing on your website. This is amazing. Skill Up, the nonprofit, helps job seekers and workers find training, skills, and connections with high-growth, good-wage jobs that don't require a degree, free coaching, job matching, and opportunities, LinkedIn Learning.
Yeah, that's an amazing resource.
That's huge, especially in this day when so many people are trying to work remotely. Look, you can go to LinkedIn Learning, or you can go to Microsoft Learn, or even grow with Google. Look at all these wonderful learning opportunities to be able to get certifications and learn new skills. I mean, I'm like, what? My head blown.
Now, speaking of working remotely, what would you say to people working remotely that, like she said, sometimes the other internet providers go down, or sometimes maybe people are new to town and still waiting for their service to get hooked up, or, having some difficulties. What would you say about people that are wanting to use a library for their work from home? Is that okay, or is that...
People have done it, yeah.
Okay.
Especially, with Spectrum, it does go down, and we do know when it does go down because we do get an influx of patrons coming into the building. It's kind of been our bread and butter bragging point for the last few years is if the internet's down for everyone else, we usually have it. And if it does go out, which, I mean, it is what it happens, it's usually not out for very long.
Nice.
Well, we have Newbeam here, and we a lot of times Spectrum will be out, and we continue to have service. What
I just found something else really cool. Ancestry Library Edition.
Yeah.
You can log Ancestry.com. I don't have to have my own account. I can go to the library.
To do research, yes. Like you can't build your family tree in it, but that would require your own account. But yeah, you could do research through there. Yeah.
Oh my gosh, I'm geeking out.
I remember spending many hours after school with my mom in the back of the Mormon church where we were growing up, going through all the microfiche, doing all the genealogy stuff. Yeah.
And now it's all online called Family Search,
right?
And they add millions of records because of AI.
You know, my mom got in that. She started doing the Ancestry.com, and she went back to doing it manually because she's like, I don't enjoy it as much.
Oh,
so
yeah, holding the paper.
Yeah, she liked the experience of going to the back rooms and digging through the microfiche.
Feel more like a detective.
Yeah.
So are you a librarian? Is that your degree? Do you have a degree in being a librarian?
I have a 2-year degree from the Spokane Falls for library science and technology.
Okay, did you guys know that librarians are some of the best research people you could ever find? Like if you have some bizarre question that you can't find any information on, do you know who you call? You call the librarian. And you can say, hey, I need help finding what garb a 16th century Earl wore for an evening wear, And
you probably know off the top of your head.
Yeah, like off the top of my head. Yeah.
Well, librarians have encyclopedias inside their brains.
It's amazing. That is something that I didn't know that you could do. And then I had a friend, and they were an author, and their librarian was like literally their best resource because they would be able to authenticate, what somebody would be saying or wearing or what an environment would be. Just all these bizarre little, things that you can say, hey, can you help me?
Well, it's funny talking to kids because they say, well, what did you guys do before Google?
Library.
We had the library.
Yeah, and I have to say, I cried here, 3 years ago? I don't know, 4 years ago, at a school in South Hill. And great funding, right? Because it was on the top of South Hill in a good area, so lots of money. They had their unicycle club. They had all these clubs.
South Hill, what city? I'm just curious.
Huh?
South Hill, Spokane, or
South Hill, Spokane.
Oh,
yeah.
Okay.
And the library was only open for an hour a day, and they did not have a full-time librarian.
At the school?
At the school. And then I found out most schools do not have a librarian anymore. It was one of the positions that was cut.
Yeah.
Yep.
Yeah.
So our children who are going to public school, most of them no longer have a librarian they can go to and say, I don't know what to read, or I can't find anything about, I have to write a report on our, blue. Help me find resources about the color blue. I mean, they don't have that. My librarian in school, oh my God, she was like.
Our librarian was everything, Mrs. Kavanaugh.
Yeah.
She was phenomenal. She was one of the most beloved people in school. We actually were fortunate enough, or my particular grade, because she was our librarian in our middle school, and then she got transferred to the high school
the
same year
had
as our
her.
freshman year. So we had her from 6th grade all the way through high school. My class did.
Yeah.
And she was, she was like family, She knew everybody. She knew everything about all the kids, all the families.
And she was a safe space. Librarians are usually the safe space because they're neutral.
Get emotional. Think about Miss Kavanaugh.
I know, see? But, librarians are neutral. They are there to support everybody who comes looking for resources and books.
Yep.
And they don't have to, they're not teachers. They don't have to, assign anything. They're literally there as a resource. So,
I remember going to the public library when I was junior high, and I was interested in things that I didn't want to ask my mother about.
Yeah.
And I looked, and I got some books, and the librarian guided me to some, and she said, I think you might find this really interesting. And so she got me some good books that gave me good information about girls and babies and birth and things that I was really curious about.
Yeah.
But I was too nervous to ask my mother about.
Yeah, see?
Shame on me, because my mother would have just helped me. But,
No, but
that
still.
librarian helped me. She
Yeah.
saw what I was trying to check out and got me to the right books. Yeah.
And see, they pay attention. They'll pay attention. A librarian, I don't know about volunteers all the time, but a librarian, when they look at the pile of books, they're like, You might be interested in this. You know, they're subtle. I'm like totally talking you up. I really like libraries.
Yeah, keep doing it. Keep doing it.
I have to say, I'm sure you know the importance of your position. I notice. I assume they probably do because they're there. But I notice there's a lot of young people working at the library right now, which is really neat to see. I hope they understand the role that they have in the community and the importance of it and the impact they have, especially on kids. You know.
Yeah.
It's a big thing.
So Paula and I've kind of taken over this
I know,
side.
you're so quiet, right?
What are some other things you'd like to tell us, or is there anything?
Oh, just come check us out. We're Monday through Friday, 10 to 6. We're open.
Silence on
is
the
it.
air.
Yeah, this is it. Well, for the library district, this is an exciting time. You know, Cheweela's getting a remodel. Colville's getting a remodel. Northport's got a remodel as well. We're building as the libraries of Stevens County. We're building our first library in Loon Lake.
That's awesome.
And it's I probably said it a bunch of times. If you were to word count me, it's exciting right now.
Yeah.
For us, and we hope the community is excited with us.
Well, and it shows what a need we have.
Yeah.
That our libraries are growing and they're being used. And when Paula talks about libraries being dropped out of schools, it shows how important they really are. The fact that we're growing in Stevens County.
Yeah, and our children need to understand what the resource of the library is.
Yeah.
I mean, I know for a lot of people, the library, and it's like, no, you don't understand. The world is at the library. All the resources, you know, to learn something new, to ask questions, to, help with your study, everything is at the library. So it's just, you know, they need to know it's a place to get out of the rain, right? It's very important. But it's also a place to go and spend some valuable time. I mean, just, oh my gosh, when I was little, I had to go visit my dad every summer, right?
Yeah.
And I mean, I love my dad, don't get me wrong. But he would sign me up for all these classes. And I'd be like, oh God, okay, yeah, I'm going to make stars. Ooh, wow. You know, I'm going to build stuff. You know where I was happiest? When he would just drop me off at the library. And I would be at the library for hours. Just hours. And then he'd come pick me up after work. Oh, okay, Dad. You know, and there it was. But I mean, oh my gosh, Frog and Toad. I mean, I used to sit there and go and read all the Frog and Toad books, and they'll say I loved them. Or the librarians got me all of my Greek mythology, man. I went through a whole Greek mythology phase, and they would just take me to the section, and I'd read my way through. And I mean, just, you know, all the cool stuff. And then I got in a biography kick, you know, and they would look at me and they go, well, you're kind of young, but here, try this.
Yeah.
And then, I mean, oh my gosh. I was like, just leave me at the library, the pool or the library, one or the other. Just don't. Right?
Well, and it is exciting to see because we got the library recently renovated. You guys are finishing that up, and the Civic Center construction is underway or soon to be underway. Is it underway currently?
Well, we've been in the Civic Center, so they haven't done anything yet.
He says quietly, right?
I know it's coming up. I know.
From what I've heard, it is supposed to start here in fairly soon.
Yeah.
That's a good point, Chuck. With what we've done with the library to what the grant that the city has gotten for the Civic Center, plus the plans they have for the future, when that is all completed over by City Hall and the library, that is going to be an essential hub to Cheweela.
Yeah, it will be.
Yeah. Very cool.
And I know my wife is in talks with, she gave a presentation at the city council a couple weeks ago about sort of overseeing the community kitchen project there. And possibly turning it into a shared use kitchen.
Yep.
Oh, very cool.
Which would be also a huge resource for the area. And I think having that sort of public use kitchen, you know, for people to do small scale production, catering, that kind of stuff, and together with the
Christmas
library,
cookies.
that seems like such a, I don't know, to me it just seems like it fits like, you know, like a glove. It just two puzzle pieces right next to each other.
Yeah, and that kitchen, it's a pretty good sized kitchen.
Yeah.
If no one's seen it, it's a pretty good sized kitchen, so it
Yeah,
definitely could accommodate.
I've cooked in it before for things.
Yeah,
and
so
it's not a wonderful kitchen for cooking.
Well,
It will
not
be.
yet.
Yeah,
It will be.
And yet it cooked for all those school kids. My kids went through to school there because that was a school.
Right.
Yeah.
Oh, wow.
Yeah.
So it's just exciting to see that whole sort of stretch along there becoming really something that's going to be a really nice sort of central hub for the community, a nice space. So
yeah.
Okay, another question now because
What's
we're
that?
getting low on time,
Okay.
right? We cannot talk to a librarian without talking about your favorite book.
Oh,
Okay,
yeah,
so favorite
good
book.
question. Good question.
My always go-to is John Grisham. I love
Oh.
John Grisham.
Mm-hmm.
But more importantly, he's a legal thriller author.
Mm-hmm.
But I find he's done a handful of sports books, and he's done a handful of, or he's done a Christmas, like Skipping Christmas is Christmas with the Cranks, that movie with Tim Allen.
Yeah. Was that
but-
Grissom?
Yeah.
I didn't know that.
Yeah,
I
that's
thought he did
Grissom.
more like you said, like the legal thrillers.
Yeah.
And
So
okay.
he does. So some of my favorite books of his is they're not his legal thrillers. His legal thrillers are amazing, but I love. There's a book called Playing for Pizza. That's always my.
Oh, how fun.
It's a great book.
Nice.
It's a fun book.
Nice.
Chuck?
So, I'm a Neil Gaiman guy.
Nice.
Well, of course, the classic Stephen King and
Mhm.
his son Joe Hill is really a phenomenal author. I think he's even, and I can't say he's stepped up above Stephen King, but some of his stuff is really, it gets pretty deep.
Right.
But yeah, I think for me, Neil Gaiman, his world building is just phenomenal. And some of the stuff, I feel a lot of sort of connections. And I do believe the filmmaker Guillermo del Toro has done a couple things based on Gaiman stories. I think the Troll Hunters, the animated series, was based on a Neil Gaiman story. And there's a lot of the sort of world building that the two do that seems so familiar. And it's like my favorite filmmaker and favorite author. I really wish they would collaborate more because I think they have a lot of the same style, the same feel, the same sort of this world within a world and everything they do.
Yeah.
That I just love. So
All right, Sharon, you're up.
I don't have a favorite author. I just like lots of different kinds of books.
Yeah.
From learning how to do things to just, if I get into a good book, I don't quit reading till 2 or 3 in the morning. It's, and
Like that book you just gave me, I couldn't put
Yeah.
it down. I had to finish it that day.
Yeah.
that's
And-
why I don't do as much reading as I should. Because once I open one up, I don't have time because I'll read I'll sit there for 2 days and just read. So
Okay, so favorite books.
when we when the city put in the new sewer system out there, the lagoons, and this is like 30 years ago probably, so it's not new anymore. But the fellow who was the overseer, they moved to town and they lived just a couple houses from us, and she was an author, Liz Adair, and so I got some of her books. And after they left, she sent me a book, and it was set in Chihuahua. And it was so fun. And in the inscription in the front, she said, the 4th of July in the book was based on us on 4th of July at your place. So that was so fun.
Oh, how
I mean, anyway, it was just, she does the Spider Latham series that are mystery type things and stuff,
Okay,
But I like her.
Yeah, you have to share that book. I want to read that book. Okay.
Your turn, Paula.
My turn. Well, again, like Sharon, I do not have a single author I love. So one of my favorite books of all time is The Haunted Bookshelf by Christopher Morley. And he wrote Parnassus on Wheels, which is, of course, about a guy going around in rural towns with his book truck, spreading literature. And I absolutely want to have the sign that he has in the Haunted Bookshelf about finding the proprietor in a cloud of smoke, and he will prescribe a book to you for what you think, he thinks you need to have. And I love that. I absolutely love that. So my husband is actually reading that to our son right now, and they're really enjoying it because it's historical too. It's based in World War II, the start of World War II. So it's like a mystery, but it's about a bookshop. So love that one, Christopher Morley, Haunted Bookshelf. And then I absolutely was, a Heinlein fan, the Isaac Asimov, sci-fi stuff. And I love Isabel Allende. Oh my gosh, her writing moves me so much. She's such a profound writer. I love that. A lot of Latin American authors, they write with such color and such music. They're just, it's a different way of writing. So I'm really enjoying that. I actually went through a classical phase. I'm one of the few people who has actually read the entire book of Les Mis. And the entire chapter about the gold of Paris was, I'm like, okay, well, I'm never going to read this book again. Because, I don't know if you haven't read it. The gold of Paris is their waste. And he literally goes on for an entire chapter talking about why they should save the waste of Paris and use it to fertilize all their fields. And it's a chapter. I'm just like, why? Yeah. Oh my gosh. So I have to say it's a mood. You know, what mood am I in? Sometimes I want to read something that I don't have to think. And so I'll pull out a good romance novel, one that's not about sex, but one that's about, some simple love story where you're just like, oh, and your brain doesn't,
I call those potato chip books.
Yeah.
Because they have the
it's like
the mental equivalent of the nutritional value of potato chips. They're delicious. They're wonderful.
Right?
You can't stop, and you enjoy them thoroughly. But they don't really like all of the. I read all of the. What was it? The.
I don't know.
The Sookie books, the vampire books. The
HBO
did the
yeah.
series, True Blood.
Yeah, True
all
Blood.
The True Blood books. They're very quick reads. They're very fun. They're very entertaining. I mean, Elvis is a vampire in the books, not in the show.
That's hysterical.
But yeah, they're fun, quick, but you don't really get a lot.
You don't have to think about them. Yeah.
Yeah, they're a lot of fun.
Then there's some historical books. Roald Hutton is one of my favorite historical authors, talking about Celtic history and all this different stuff going over in the UK and just philosophy as a whole. And oh my gosh, his books. I'm like, okay, I have to let me read the chapter again.
So how about section, Matt? Is there a favorite section of yours in the library that you?
Oh, the kid section. Come on, it's a kid section.
The
We're on the board, right?
The picture books are fun. Flipping through those and just laughing.
Yep.
I was doing story time after COVID, when we first brought back the story time. I did it for about a year, and every week just being able to flip through a handful of picture books. I guess get paid to read.
Yep.
Part just to figure out what I was going to read for story time, and that was always fun. Yeah.
Some of our most beloved books in our collection are the kids' books we read to our kids when they were little. And some of those I really miss reading them to the kids, especially like the Roald Dahl books and some of that too.
No, but I mean the Matthew Van Fleet books for the little kids are the most fun books ever, and the Nibbler books from Usborne Books and More. I mean, those books are hysterical. The kids love them because there's actually chunks taken out of the book by the monster. There's actually documented evidence supporting continuing to read picture books, even to teenagers.
Yeah.
Because the artwork and the value of the words is so powerful.
Exactly.
That sometimes just, reading a book after dinner or something, it's important.
And I
to
do
hear it, to do it.
There's a lot of, you go to like the young adult section. Some of my favorite books are even some new books that I read. Come from the young adult section. I mean, they're written for the teenager group, but some of them are great. Like the what is the Peculiar Home for Children, Miss Peregrine's.
Miss Peregrine.
Oh yeah.
One of my favorite book series. Don't watch the movie. Do not watch the movie. It's horrible, but the books are phenomenal. And a lot of those that come from the young adult section are.
Well, and the Wizard of Oz books. I mean, people don't know that there's more than the Wizard of Oz. There's a whole 13 series history of Oz.
Yep.
And it's like, don't stop at the Wizard of Oz, because it's really not the best. Not the best Oz book. There's TikTok of Oz and the Patchwork Girl of Oz and the Rainbow Girl, and I mean, there's all the ribbon guy whose name I can't remember, but he was this old guy that was covered in bows. And so when Ozma was having some official thing, he would come and have special packages of bows that he had made that were all these frilly. I mean, unbelievable.
Nice.
Yeah.
Well, we are about out of time for today's show. Matt, is there anything you want to let everybody know?
We're glad to be open. We're excited to be open. Come check us out.
Yes.
Library.
And what are your hours?
We are Monday through Friday, 10 to 6.
Okay. And you're not open on Saturdays?
Not open on the weekends, no. Oh, we also added lockers out front.
Oh, yes, I was going to ask about that.
So if you're not able to get to us in our open hours, you can reserve a book, and we could place it in a locker for you and get you a PIN number so you could come whenever you are able and pick up your holds.
That's huge. That's huge.
Is that going to be a thing like they do at the bigger hardware stores where you'll get a text with the PIN number for the code and you can pick up your book? Or
no, we're old school. We're going to give you a call.
Okay, cool.
I love that.
Very cool.
I do.
And then is that PIN number unique for each book drop-off then? Or is it? Okay, very cool.
Daniel says that his favorite books are Greg Delancey and Paul Austin.
Is it say Aridin?
Aridin. Nice.
There you go.
I thought it was C.J. Buck. He's really into the C.J. Buck books.
Oh, those are huge.
Right? Yeah.
There's a new one coming out.
Daniel. Oh,
We
okay, I'll have to talk to you later.
Yeah, we have a record for it in our, an on-order record for it in our catalog, so you could put a hold on it.
Christmas. Okay.
Yeah. Battle Mountain.
I know my kids' some of their favorite series are like the Wildcats books.
Mm-hmm.
Oh, yeah.
And there's another one that's very similar about dragons, I think.
Oh, yeah, Wings of Fire.
Wings of Fire. Yeah, that's a huge one.
Yeah,
and
Xander loves the Wings of Fire.
Yeah, and my kids are, they're going to be 18 next month,
Yeah.
and they're still, my daughter just made I can't remember the character's name, but one of the cats, she does full suits.
Yeah.
Like mascot type suits, and she did one from one of the characters from the not Thundercats, that was the 80s.
Right.
I just
One of these
said
series.
it.
Yeah. No, I don't.
And we have a lot of book clubs in, people belong to different book clubs in Chewelah. And I know that when they've had a book that at the one I belong to and I don't want to buy it, I check with the library. I go online and check and see if I can get it, to borrow so you can read it for book club.
All right.
And recommendations.
With that, we got to get out of here. We are
No, there's
past
more book
time.
talk.
I know we could talk about books forever. Really quick, though, before we go, I know you guys are having your grand opening February 8th during Winterfest. You're going to have a big ceremony, sort of a ribbon cutting. I want to let everyone know to get down there during Summerfest. It's just a quick walk away, just a block away. Get over there.
Winterfest?
Yes, Winterfest.
Because you said Summerfest.
Did I say Summerfest? I meant Winterfest.
Yeah,
Winterfest,
Winterfest
February
on
8th.
February
You did,
8th.
but I wasn't going to call you out on it.
You should call me out on
right?
it.
And then don't forget that the library is doing the raffle, so you want to
Yes.
go and support the library.
You're not actually doing a raffle.
No, no.
Oh, I thought you really were doing a raffle to raise money. You said that
not-
we.
No,
thank you for
I
mentioning.
was using that to
Okay.
promote our foundation page. Sorry.
Okay, so go to the foundation page because they are raising money.
Yes.
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 Okay.
Well, I was going to say on that date during Winterfest, not Summerfest, Winterfest, February 8th. I'm going to be up on the main stage emceeing. I run the main stage for that day. We would love it to invite you up to say a little something, invite everyone over to the library.
Read a book.
And give a thank you.
Read a book.
All right.
Read a book. Read a book.
Read a book.
Read a book. Read a book. Read a book.
And there's something about turning a page. I know people
Right?
read online, and I've tried doing that sometimes, the Kindles and different things. I just like to turn a page.
Yeah, holding the book.
And then some books, I like to go back and read the last chapter, and then I read the...
You don't.
I do. And then, then I read and find out how they got to the end. And I find that fascinating.
I read magazines
I'm
backwards.
horrified. Shocked, actually.
I start magazines at the back and I read towards the front. I don't know why. I've always done it that way.
Huh.
For Winterfest. Okay. You could read a book, and we could set him up with a projector so people could see the book pages behind him while he's reading the book. And it could be a picture book. It doesn't have to be really long, but that would be so cool.
We might talk about that.
See?
But I know they want to focus on the library on that day because they want people in the library. But
If there was ever a doubt that I'm a Muppet in a previous life, now you have your proof.
When Brian was the librarian before he left, Brian, I can't remember his last name.
Tidwell.
Tidwell, yes.
I saw him Monday.
He
came to the
he
library.
would read children's books, and they were played on Sunday mornings.
See?
Yep.
Yeah, and
I wanna do that.
We were discussing that the other day. We don't have anything set in stone yet, but we'd love to revive that
Yeah.
that Brian used to do.
Yeah.
But we will talk about that off the air because right now we need to get out of here because we are almost 10 minutes past the time. Be sure to stay tuned right here tonight from 6 to 9 p.m. with Dr. Jazz live. No, today is Wednesday. Sorry,
Wednesday.
Man, I'm a day off. Okay, so tonight from 6 to 8
Wednesday.
p.m. is Music for the Mountain. 8 to 10 p.m. is Dirt Road Blues with our very own Dirt Road Doug McQuain live in the studio. Then from 10 p.m. to 1 a.m. we have Planetary Radio, Sea Change Radio, Echo Shock, Total, and Earth Date. So I want you all to have a great day out there. The roads are kind of sloppy. Not too bad, though. They should be warming up a bit. Hopefully they'll dry out somewhat. But right now we're kind of sloppy and mucky out there. Stay safe. Stay dry. You guys have a great one. And thank you for listening to KCHW 102.7 Northern Lights Public Radio. Thank you so much, Matt, for coming on this morning.
Thank you for having me.
All right. That'll get us out of here for today. Have a great one, guys.
It's 9:07.
Your KCHW morning show made possible by a donation from God-fearing brothers